Hey everybody, Jim here on yet another game hunt, going to a hard off today. I just arrived here outside of Oizumi Gakuen Station. There should be a hard off here, so says Google Maps, and actually a friend of mine who has been there says it's actually a really good one. So I will be going to that one, but first, just coming in on the train, I noticed that there was a book off, like right next to the station. So I'm gonna go check out that book off first and see what they got. And then I'm gonna go on to the main course, which is going to be the hard off, which is supposed to be one of the extra big ones with the off house and all that kind of stuff on it. So when I get to this book off, I'll pop the camera back out and we'll have a look, maybe find some good stuff, and then we'll be on our way to hard off. So stick around. Okay, so we're coming up on it now. From the outside, looks a little worse for wear. Book offs are, hit or miss sometimes. So, but we're gonna get in, have a quick look around, and then we'll be on our way to the hard off. 2 stops in 1 day. Excellent. Okay, that was a bust. There's literally one shelf that actually had some games on it, and nothing at all of note. It was just 100% pretty much just books and like some DVDs and CDs and stuff. But was just kind of like a little detour, you don't always get what you want. But now I'm gonna pull out my Google Maps and then head on to the actual reason I came to this town today, just to go find that hard off and look for some stuff. I actually have some particular things I'm looking for some people. So a boxed Super Famicom is one, a Famicom disk system, some PS1 shoot-em-ups, and a copy of Hokuto no Ken on the PlayStation 2, the fighting game for Joel from Media Glitch. So hopefully I can find at least some of that stuff today. And then of course I'm going to be looking for just, anything, retro goodness. So fingers crossed. Anyway, let's go for a walk. It should be about 15-20 minute walk. So come along with me. Let's do this. So on my way to the hard off, I thought we could make a little pit stop, because I don't usually stop in at places like this, but I just noticed there's a pretty cool, I guess, shrine here. Again, this is near Oizumi Gakuen Station. I really hear the cicadas right now. Jeez. So this is a shrine, and there is a cemetery over there. We're not going to go to the cemetery, though. This is, it's pretty cool. Not the kind of thing I usually have in a video. So, anyway, I just thought it was worth a pit stop. It's evening right now. It's after 5 o'clock. And, yeah, I still gotta walk on down to that hard off. We're still about 10 minutes away. Anyway, I just thought I would stop in real quick. Shrine time. Can't go wrong with that. Alright, let's get back on our quest for video games.
Why don't we just get this started? I don't need another pointless story.
Okay. Looks like I'm coming up on the hard off now. Should be right around the corner. And yes, here it is. Awesome. It's an off house / hard off sort of like combination store. Step over the barrier here. I gotta say that was a very pleasant walk. This is a nice area. I like it a lot. It's kind of cooling down a little bit, getting a little dark. About 5:30 in the evening now. Anyway, hard off. It's on the 2nd floor, so let's go and see just how hard this hard off is. It's got some big old titties on it. Okay, let's go.
CG で壮絶バトルウルトラマンファイティングエボリューション2月19日発売。
Alright, getting started, doing some game hunting in a brand new hard off, and it was indeed a pretty good one, as we take a look in this case, which has some cool stuff in it, MSX games, including Dragon Quest on MSX, which is cool, these loose Rockman games, and some other stuff. There's GoldenEye, and there was a Bionic Commando, some boxed Rockman games, Yanchamaru, which is Kid Nicky. That's very cool. Other such goodness, some Game Boy games, etc., etc. So a cool little case, and a ton of DS games here. But I was more interested in these, the Famicom games. Hoshino Kirby. That's very cool. Right now, the exchange rate, 2,200 yen. That's about 20 bucks. Yeah, that's about right. I think it's something like 90 some odd yen to the dollar, or 90 cents, whatever it is. Anyway, but yeah, so essentially like 2,200 yen, about 20 bucks. 1,080, which is what that Dragon Quest II was going for. That's about $10. The original Valis on Famicom. Very different from the PC Engine and Mega Drive versions, but still pretty cool. That's River City Ransom there, as you can see. Some quiz games. So yeah, 20 bucks essentially for all of these boxed games. You got your Mario 3s, you got your Kirby's. So some of these around, $20. Some of them more like 1,000. That Saint Seiya game, and Wrecking Crew, one of my favorite like classic Mario games. So 2,000 yen for all of these games, boxed and in really good condition. That's not so bad. As we take a gander at some N64 stuff, plenty of nice things. Smash Brothers, 1650, very reasonable for a complete Smash Bros. Puyo Puyo Sun, 800. Very good. So all of this stuff, yeah. Prices were good. like over 4,000 for TMNT, but that's not unheard of. The TMNT games on the Super Famicom and the Mega Drive are kind of pricey, so that actually wasn't so bad. As we take a look at Twinbee Rainbow Bell Adventure, great game, 2,700 yen. And so yeah, seeing all kinds of good stuff here for prices that aren't really that bad. 33 for Ganbare Goemon 2, so $30 for that game, complete and in really good condition. It's pretty reasonable. And as you can see, they had plenty more. Not much for a Mega Drive though, unfortunately. Only a handful of games here. Getting harder and harder to find Mega Drive games anywhere other than Akihabara these days. Which is too bad, because I do enjoy picking up the odd Mega Drive game here and there. As they have some GameCube games, more boxed Super Famicom and Famicom games. This is the Overflow. So just a basket here with Dragon Quest, Bomberman, Mario World, Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, plenty of stuff to love in here. Rockman X7, or not X7, Rockman 7 for 2,700 yen, which again, not bad. So like a cool little basket filled with games there, and nice. The power pad, the trainer, whatever it's called. Some other cool stuff in boxes there. Another case. Some Game Boys and what have you in it. And we have like loose cables here. Just a handful of things. Multi-tap for your PlayStation. And as we swing around, we have some PS2 goodness. Which PS2, good console to collect. Imports for, because there's a lot and they're typically really cheap. As you can see, like 500 yen for some of these, 5,400 for Samurai Spirits collection. But like most of these games, you're gonna find for probably between like $5 and $10. Some are even cheaper. I mean, when we take a look at the junk bins, quote unquote, basically your bargain bins. As we see the Battle of Yu Yu Hakusho, 550 yen. You can come across stuff for, 100 yen, a buck a piece. One of the Fatal Frame games, that's cool. Just over 2,000 yen. So yeah, PS2 and some PS1 stuff as well. There are some pricey PS1 Japanese games, but most of them aren't quite so bad. So I'd say like PS2, PS1, and PS3 as well. These are consoles where there are just like so many games, like the best-selling consoles like ever. So as we're looking at games here, you can see there's plenty to choose from, and prices are usually pretty reasonable. We have a handful of PC Engine here. Another console that's getting harder and harder to find games for, like outside of, Akiba. Here we have Snatcher CD Romantic, which I think it looks like it's marked down to 2,500 yen, and it's complete and in really great shape. But that's not really the best price on that, though. I've seen it for significantly less. That's kind of an Akiba price. But 500 yen for Biohazard 2. I mean, you really can't go wrong. So yeah, a lot of the stuff, PS2, PS1, PS3, PSP, basically anything Sony, it's sold like hotcakes in Japan. So basically the stuff's just lying around. But we got box Dreamcasts, Saturns. We have some one 3DO here, which is cool. Mega Drives continue to be kind of expensive as far as like retro consoles go. They're like 80 to 100 bucks loose. And they had boxed N64s, Super Famicoms, this one here in really nice condition, all boxed up. So some nice consoles here. PlayStations, PS3s, PS2s, some Xboxes, the Model 2 Famicom, aka the NES top loader. And whoa, we're hit right in the face with some Symphony of the Night on Saturn. Another game gone up quite a lot in price recently. Not the best game ever, but you know, what can you do? And yeah, lots and lots of stuff here. PS3, PSP, all that good stuff. As we move into the junk bins, and this stuff you'll see is pretty cheap. And there's like DVD sets and things like that, which I'm not necessarily very interested in, but they have plenty of that. And it's all, again, stuff is like 100 yen or so, cheap stuff. Mario Golf, that's, you know, 300 some odd yen. So all this stuff you can get for like a few bucks. And honestly, I'd be willing to bet, like, these boxes are all pretty ratty, but there's probably really not much anything wrong with the cartridges. They're probably all just fine. I mean, or they might need like a little cleaning up or something. But when the prices are like, you know, literally like a few bucks, that's not so bad. And we got some loose carts here. Again, not the cleanest carts, but if really all you're looking for is to just like have the game, you're not necessarily like really concerned with it being all minty mint or boxed or whatever, that's pretty good for you. We've got Mario Land, $3. So yeah, just a bin full of old Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games, things like that. You know, a couple bucks a piece, not so bad. We've got some Famicom stuff down here. Again, not really like uncommon stuff, and you know, they might be a little ratty, they might be dirty, as you can see here. It's extra noticeable when the cartridge is white. But if, you know, or you might even be the kind of person that likes to take, you know, some games like this, bring them home, clean them up, give them that new shine, and you're happy with that. And again, here we have all these PS2 games, you know, Kingdom Hearts, 100 yen. These games are like $1 a piece. So you can get like Kingdom Hearts games and like Ape Escape, Naruto, the dot hack games, Popula Croix, again 100 yen. So all this stuff you can just grab for like $1 a piece. So you can walk in with like, I don't know, 2,000 yen or so, and walk out with like 20 games if you don't mind picking up your games from the so-called junk bins, which don't always house junk. And these aren't junky at all. These are actually really decent shaped cartridges. I think they just didn't have space for these anywhere else. We got Astro Boy, and there was some like Jajamaru-kun. Plenty of cool stuff in here. Some racing game, okay, that I'm not familiar with. Some Konami stuff in here. Copy of Gradius for 550 yen, so you can grab Gradius for $5. King Kong 2. So and the Famicom version of the original Goonies, and that'll only run you about $8. Sky Kid, $5.50. So yeah, definitely they got carts right here that are not all junky. They're actually in good shape. Chip and Dale, great fun game, easy, but you know, still pretty fun, and that's not such a bad price on it. It's like $20 basically. We got your Dr. Marios, we got your Dig Dugs, your wrestling games, all that stuff. Double Dragon 3, like 800 yen. The original Double Dragon, that's like 1,000 yen. Konami YY World, another great game. All the Konami characters coming together. Ghouls and Ghosts, all this stuff. So yeah, digging, flipping around through all these cartridges. They're actually in pretty spectacular shape, and they're all pretty damn cheap. So picking up imports, picking up loose carts, you know, if you're not the type of guy who wants to spend everything he's got. Parodius, great game. If you're not trying to spend like an arm and a leg, you know, if you don't mind, pick up some loose carts along with like some PlayStation games and stuff like that. You know, if you walk in with, let's say you're like, you know, you give yourself a budget, you walk in the shop with like $100. you can be walking out with, 30, 40 games, maybe more. So yeah, I guess it all really depends on what kind of collector you are. Are you a perfectionist? Must you have everything boxed? Must everything be minty? Or, will you settle for some carts like this? These very lovely carts, which are also far less space consuming. Nice little tiny Famicom carts. You can fit a lot of those in a limited amount of space. We've got some, other stuff here. We've got some junky stuff. We've got laser discs. We've got VHS tapes and everything else. We've even got Guyver on VHS. How do you like that? If I had a VCR, maybe. But, we see some other things up here boxed. This is all stuff, it's going to require some work. But as you can see, it's all super cheap. You can just grab these old consoles for like $10. And then whatever's wrong with them, If you fancy yourself handy with repairs, go ahead and patch them up. And you just got yourself a console for not much. But again, I know nothing at all about repairs. So I don't really pick up much stuff from these junk bins as it stands today. But they got controllers, they got cables, junky old consoles, everything. Anyway, that's really the extent of what's in this hard off. So let's go ahead and wrap things up and get on out of here with some games.
Okay. All done. Our shopping in hard off as it's starting to get dark. That was a very good hard off, actually. They had quite a lot of stuff in there, and the prices were right on point for hard off. I want to find a little spot. So what I grabbed today, I actually didn't pick up any games, but I did pick up this boxed Super Famicom for a customer, I guess you would call it that. And then this I picked up PC Engine boxed and in what I would have to describe as almost perfect condition. It's very white, it's complete, it's beautiful, and the box is in really good shape too for being as old as I am. I'm in good shape for being as old as I am. What am I saying? So that PC Engine is going to go to some lucky boy or girl. Whoever decides they want to snatch it up. I guess I could talk about it now. I have begun the practice of selling games and consoles via Facebook. And then some people who don't use Facebook have contacted me through Instagram and Twitter. You can reach me on those. That's fine. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow me on those. Whenever I do one of these videos, I'm always posting pictures of the new hard offs I go to and the pickups I make and stuff like that. So if you want to see some of that cool stuff, or at least pictures of it before anywhere else, you can go and check that out. And also, I do have a Patreon where I will be putting some additional content on there, as well as for certain tiers I mail stuff to people, so like manga and snacks and ramen, whatever else. So I send people stuff in the mail. I kind of decided to start using Patreon as almost like a mail order service. So for whatever the tier is for that amount of money, you get some cool stuff sent in the mail, as opposed to just everybody coming to me through Facebook and stuff. If they wanted manga or snacks, they could just do it there. Anyway, that's it, as it's getting late and I'm getting hungry, and cool beans. Super Famicom and PC Engine, both in immaculate condition, and I'm happy with that. So this, I guess I'm in Nerima right now, and the closest station was Oizumi Gakuen Aki, which is Oizumi Academy Station. So I guess there's an academy nearby. I didn't see one, but anyway, that was that was nice. I always love finding a new hard off. So throw me a comment down there. Throw me a like, a subscription if you haven't already. Check me out on those other social media things. All those links will be down in the description. And until next time, take care, everybody. Goodbye.